Alright, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jax K&J, and in today's video, I'm actually kind of excited because we're talking about Modern Warfare 2's new update. Season 1 has launched. It launched a few days ago, actually. It's Friday. I think it launched Wednesday everywhere, and there's a lot of content. Well, not a lot, but there's a decent amount of content. A lot of it that should have been here at the beginning of the game, but it is what it is. I want to talk about Warzone in this one and why I like it. Like, I don't know. So far I'm liking it. Maybe I'm just in the honeymoon phase, and I know it's, a lot of old school, like really old school. I mean, like COD 4 players, when they were teenagers. Now they're all like 40 now. The 402 Thunders and people like that. I respect them a lot, and I value their opinions, but a lot of them hate this mode just because they feel like they're straying away from the focus fully being on multiplayer, which makes sense if you're talking about a business standpoint. I mean, I hate it too because I love multiplayer even more. But I'm just saying, from a business standpoint, they're making way more money off of Warzone. They're having way more player retention, way more players in general that hop on the game and play it hourly, daily. So a lot more opportunity with that. Whereas multiplayer is like falling off. It's just not what the new generation is liking. And I'm kind of like in the middle, you know what I mean? I was one of those people that was like 10 years old when Black Ops 1 came out. So I wasn't playing like the first Call of Duties, but I also didn't really enjoy like this new generation type stuff either. But I'm leaning into it though. That's why I want to talk about Warzone 2, which also was a very anticipated release, obviously, because everyone loved Warzone 1 in Modern Warfare 2019. So let's jump straight into it. First off, one of the biggest changes that I think is like the greatest change actually with Warzone is the fact that there's proximity chat. So now if you go in the game and like if there's an enemy around you and they have their mic on, you could hear them and they might even start talking to you. I've ran into so many people already just like either talking shit or saying like, oh, I hear you. It's cool. I think it's a good feature. It kind of brings back the old school style of Call of Duty, but in a new era, if you know what I mean. So they don't have, game chat, or they have game chat obviously in multiplayer matches, but there's disbanding lobbies, so you can't just stay in the lobby and talk shit like Black Ops. Like, I experienced all that. Black Ops 2, oh my gosh, it was almost as wild as Modern Warfare 2, but not as wild. But anyway, so they removed that, so you can't like stay in the lobby and talk shit with people after the match has already happened, or before it has happened, whatever the case is. And then once the game ends, like there's 10 seconds when you see the scoreboard, and you could talk to the enemy team, and then it brings you back to the lobby. So there's no real chance for you to have that same interaction like the old school Call of Duties. But this right here, proximity chat, it kind of brings it back in a way, because a lot of people will take this and use it, either for their disadvantage or their advantage. I've died a lot of times even though I've heard them first through their microphone, just because I'm like kind of ass at Warzone, and I don't know the map yet at all. It's a humongous map. We'll get into that too. But yeah, that's one of the biggest features. It's just so fun having proximity chat and being able to like talk shit or talk to them right before you kill them. And the interactions are just so funny. I can only imagine the amount of like clips we're going to see throughout the next 2 years on this, and even afterwards. And then, like I said, the map itself, that's probably the most important part, right? It's the thing we're playing on and we're going to be exploring and moving through. So I think it's one of the, obviously, the key elements of the game. It's a pretty good map. I like it so far. I think there's a good mix of long range, medium range, and like really close quarters combat all in one. You don't have to necessarily cater your playstyle to either one of those. You could kind of move around the map and still play, any of those if you move correctly, of course. But yeah, so it's a really good map. A lot of different places. Like the map is humongous. So a lot of old places too. I think terminals on there. I haven't been there yet, but I think it's the original terminal, and then also Dome is in the map too. I've been around there, and then obviously a couple normal Modern Warfare 2 maps like Al-Bagra Fortress. I knew for a fact that map wasn't like an actual, like it wasn't made for multiplayer 6v6. A lot of these maps feel like they just cut them out of Warzone and put them into the game as a map, and they're like, oh, this will probably play well. And trust me, you guys have already heard a little bit, but they don't. And I had to get into it more, but it's just been so dry over here. I haven't been able to make commentaries like I do. Anyway, so on to the next thing, the gunplay, the looting system, all that. So gunplay itself is pretty good, I would say. The only thing I'm having problems with right now is like my latency. For whatever reason, my latency is always super high. So I actually unplugged my Ethernet went on to Wi-Fi and I went down to like 60 ping. That's still not super duper low, but that's like average Call of Duty ping. You can't really get super low latency. And then obviously beforehand, or weirdly beforehand, when I had my Ethernet plugged in, I would get like 110 to 150 sometimes ping, which makes no sense at all. So I don't know, maybe it's my router, my internet, but maybe it's the game itself, because when I'm playing like GTA or any other game, my connection is perfect. So the gunplay feels really cool. Obviously, it's good in itself. That's one of the biggest things that this game has going for it, is the fact that the gunplay feels so nice and so satisfying. Although the time to kill is super quick, obviously in this game, or this game mode, you have plates, so it's not as quick as like normal multiplayer. And then the new looting system, I don't know how different it is. I didn't really play Warzone 1 like the entire 2 years or the life cycle of it really, or even 3 years. I guess people have been playing it since then, or since its launch. No, that's 2 years. It released in 2020, my fault. Regardless, I didn't really play it at all, and I didn't have any real experience, or I wasn't good at it. I stay away from battle royale modes, especially when they're in third person mode, because for me it doesn't feel, I don't know, it feels weirder when you can't really see everything around you when you're playing on such a big map. So being first person adds a little bit more of a challenge to me personally, compared to like PUBG or Fortnite, where you can see everything around you almost, or at least at a wider range, obviously. But I would say the looting system is all right now. Like obviously they could tweak it. Like the backpack is kind of confusing at first, and I don't really like it. I wish they would have more of like a PUBG style backpack, but not as big of a, it doesn't take over your whole screen. And then obviously it's you can move it around easier. Like if you just had a cursor and you can move stuff out super quick or whatever, I think that'd be pretty cool. Kind of like a Tarkov system would be really nice, but who knows if they're gonna fix that or change it. The plates are really nice in this game. Another new cool or bad, depending on how you look at it, feature is the fact that you don't have 3 plates right off the bat, or you don't have the 3-plate carrier vest. So in this one, in Warzone 2, you don't have 3 plates right off the bat. You have to go and find a 3-plate vest, and you could do this through doing contracts. Sometimes will lead you, and the reward will be a 3-plate vest. You could just find them off AI characters, obviously off other people, and just looting in the game, in the world itself, you could find these 3-plate vests. But it adds a little bit of a different element to it, because the RNG plays a big part in your success now, even more so than it did in the Warzone 1. In Warzone 1. And that's just because, obviously, like I said, you don't have 3 plates right off the bat. So say someone finds that immediately and they plate up, then you're probably done for, unless you have a really high killing gun or you do some super duper cool maneuver. You know what I mean? Slide canceling is done. You can't really jump that much. You could maybe drop shot and kill him. So but that's a really cool thing. I think I like it personally. It just makes it so you have to actually explore the world even more. You can't really just go out there and be set right off the bat, get some money, get a few guns, get a few kills, and then buy your loadout, and then you're set. You have to do a little bit more than that. So I like that, and I think it's a good new innovation and addition to the new Warzone. Another big thing that people are like iffy 50-50 on is the whole AI being in Warzone discussion. I don't personally like it, but I don't really mind it. They're not everywhere, so they're not going to really be a big part of like distracting you. But I just don't like them simply for the fact that if someone is camping in a building or in a building next to me, I start shooting crazy at like a whole bunch of other people, and he hears other enemies, being the AI character, shooting at me, and he gets the third party on me. It's probably going to be annoying. So that's the only thing I don't like. Like, you have to go in there thinking more tactically, maybe not going for the AI or not interacting with them, just so you don't get, or get your location discovered. But yeah, I haven't had much time with the game. Obviously, it just released a few days ago, and I haven't been playing it a lot. Actually, I have been playing it a lot, but not like, I've been enjoying the whole DLC or the whole update, you know what I mean? So I haven't solely played Warzone. I've tried DMZ, which we'll be covering tomorrow. I tried the new map Shoot House, which and I'm trying to get the new guns. I just unlocked the PBS. What is that? That's the kid station, right? I don't know what this gun is called, but the new MPX gun, the generic version, because they can't afford to name these weapons after the real life weapons because they're cheap and don't want to get sued. And then I still got to get that M13B out of because I'm not buying the bundle. I'm definitely not buying the bundle. So I got to unlock that through the DMZ mode, which is another thing I'll talk about in another video. But it's just so stupid how you have to unlock a weapon through a certain mode. Like, what if people don't want to play DMZ? What if they solely want to play multiplayer or Warzone? They don't have no choice but to go into this mode and try to do a certain objective. And you know, I don't know, I just don't like that feature. So hopefully that's not an addition that keeps coming back in each season, because that would be garbage to me. But yeah, that's Warzone 2. What do you guys think about it so far? Like I said, my favorite part, to be honest, is the proximity chat. I fuck with that so much. I just like the fact that you could really hear your enemies and talk to them right there. And I don't know, I loved the idea of proximity chat in console games, but it's never been here, at least in a lot of them, and especially Call of Duty. So it's cool to see that. Let me know down below your guys' best or cool. What do you guys think is the best or coolest new feature or addition to Warzone 2, and how have you guys been enjoying it? Other than that, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video or whenever I upload next. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.